I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Hanukkah movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Hanukkah movies.
Uh-oh.
Is Brian okay? I'm Dan. I despise Hallmark Hanukkah movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast. He's
There
back.
he is. The Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
All right. You good?
I think it was a double.
I turned you back on.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good.
It's a quick reboot.
Yeah, it's just a quick unplug and plug back in.
Sometimes
Soft
you have to
reset.
do that.
Soft
Some-
reset for Brian.
Yeah, Brian needs a soft
You
reset
really
every
locked
once
up there. Are you okay?
Yeah, that was a real good one.
That was
I
a real
feel
good one.
like
That was
that
crazy.
was due. That was overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Appreciate
It's
that.
been a while
For
for
sure.
that. That's right.
Hey, Aaron, you still keeping tally of Christmas movie magic scores?
I was never keeping tally, but I still play it with every movie
Okay.
I watch.
How's it operate with the Hanukkah movie? Did you get a lot of points with the Hanukkah movie?
Less points.
Less points.
Fewer points. There you
Yeah,
go.
well,
Yeah, but you could
Bigger
always
challenge.
use. There are 5 blank cards in the deck. You could always throw like
Okay.
menorah or something on there.
All right.
I mean,
Oh, that's true.
it did still have some like holiday feels and tropes, but
Of course.
I mean, there wasn't a Christmas tree or ornaments.
There was
The expansion pack, maybe.
family.
yeah, Hanukkah
family
expansion pack.
There you go. Family heirlooms.
Yeah, we had one of those.
etc.
Yeah, so I mean, I still got a fair amount of cards played, on par with the rest of the season, but it wasn't like a believe in Christmas where I made it
Through the
like
whole thing.
70
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
You can still get the game if you want to. DeckTheHallmark.com/game. We'd love for you to get it. It's a lot of fun. Not just for made-for-TV movies, but for Christmas movies of all sorts.
Come on.
I'm
It's
watching.
great to play all year
I'm watching
long.
Jingle All the Way this weekend with my brother, and I'm going to play this game with him.
Working on an expansion pack, I think. I think we're going to try to work on one of those.
Expansion.
Christmas Movie Magic Expansion Pack.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
that's exactly right.
That's
So-
where you use it.
And I will say this. Yeah, that is the whole point of that. Brand,
why
we're
we're
getting
here.
close to Christmas Day.
We are.
And
One
I
week.
know that
Yes, Ben.
you get sad.
Yeah.
But how great is it going to be that you have all these movies on your DVR, Philo DVR?
I'm excited about it.
you just crank it back up.
The
26
amount that
you
we
start
already
over.
have is exciting and exhilarating, and whenever they air, it like resaves it, and so it's when they do
reset.
that thing. I think on like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, Hallmark plays it with limited
Playing all
commercials.
the hits? Yeah.
I got them on
it's
the
a good
limited.
copy.
Jeez,
So
it's a
it-
great copy.
and
One
then-
button ad skip, I know, obviously, but
you can still do the one bat night
Yeah.
skip, and then bada bing.
the one button ad skip.
That's exactly right. That's what it said here. It's not my fault.
That's right.
So yeah,
It's in the copy.
I'm excited about that
Yeah, it is.
because I get, I gotta dust them back out every once in a while.
Yeah, you got to dust them back out.
Yeah.
All right. Glad we did it. that was a big one.
Get it in your eye.
There's some dust in there. That was crazy. Those are the October movies. The October movies have gotten some dust on them. And then
Twas the night? The date?
Twas the date before
Was
Christmas.
that the first one?
yeah.
Or was it Holidays?
Or Crashers?
Holiday Crash?
What was
Twas the Date
Twas the
was
Date
the
was the
first one.
first
Holiday
one.
Crashers was
Boy.
the second one.
years ago?
Twas the Date's a bad title.
It's a bad title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like.
I feel like I need to watch those two movies again. I mean, I'm not
Get
gonna,
after it.
but I feel like
Well,
I
you could
need
though. They're on the
to.
DVR.
They're on the
You're
DVR
ready
if
to
you
go.
want them.
Just
They're there.
dust them
Yeah,
off.
yeah, dust them off real quick.
Dust them off. Again, it
Dust
is.
off
it is-
occasionally.
Hey, can I ask you as a quick question? The other day I was in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I saw a couple of packs of cookies, right?
Okay.
So
A couple
packs of cookies, different
two-pack?
different shapes, different sizes, holiday cookies. So I purchased them and I went home and I opened up the first bag and I ate them all really quickly.
Doctor
And my
approved.
my tummy hurt. I went back the next day, opened up the second bag. and I,
When hang him there as well.
well, I was beginning to, and then I realized something.
Beat your record?
Yeah.
They had something carved into them, and carved into one of the cookies was "How was your weekend?"
Dan knows about something national something.
It was how was your weekend? And I know we're deep into this
What
week.
day of the week
That's
is
a
it
good
right now?
I think it's
Dan.
Thursday. I think it's Thursday.
Oh,
but
big week.
It's
Big.
Thursday.
I think it's
So,
Thursday.
it's Thursday.
But again, I just got the cookies.
We were in New Jersey all week.
Yeah, it
and
was
we
fun.
talked about that ad nauseum.
I know that we did, but I bought the cookies.
Yeah.
In
So,
that second
just
bag.
following the rules.
Your stomach was hurt. You had to tell us at the very least.
Yeah, I had to at least tell you.
was
I had to at least.
Yeah.
I had to at
We
least
had a-
tell you.
It was good, actually.
How was your drive back?
That was a
Brian,
good
Aaron,
drive.
and I had a really fun road trip back
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
from New Jersey to South Carolina, and we did it We basically
You
went
had to see some snow.
We went from
Through
New
a
Jersey,
snowstorm.
went through a snowstorm from New Jersey to the Asheville airport in roughly 10 hours.
Wow.
So crush that.
Yeah, obviously.
It was pretty awesome. And then,
And you guys only threatened to throw Brian out 4 times?
I mean, there was a little bit of Brian shade.
Fair amount of
Go
times.
ahead, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
I was just say, I think I volunteered to jump out of the car more than we threatened to throw Brian out of it.
We played,
It is easier.
Did he tell you what the fun prank we played?
Where you drove for a second?
Yeah. You guys, that's my go-to.
It's not
You and I,
allowed.
So on the way up
Yeah.
to the Asheville airport, we did this thing to Brian
we
where
used to do it to Panda all the time.
we get back in the car and Dan will
He's still in the convenience
Yes.
store. We move
Last
parking
one
spots to where we can still see him, but he won't immediately see us coming out.
Great bit.
It's a fun bit. If you know
Everybody
somebody
has
really
fun.
well, they're looking around like, what the?
and you're saying
So-
you did that to Dan.
That's
Yes.
right.
So
We did.
Dan,
I-
you left the keys in the car?
So very rare circumstance.
I know.
Well, he's asking
We
for
went
it.
to
What was
we
I supposed
stopped,
to do?
and we went into a gas station. The Diet Coke was out. The
Everything was out.
cold brew was out. Everything was out. I needed caffeine. It was my last caffeine stop. So there was a Sheetz gas station right up the street.
Ah,
well,
Sheetz.
those two guys didn't need to get back out again. I did. So when we get to Sheetz, I
You
get
leave
in.
the car running.
I leave the car running, and that bit me because I walked out and they got me. They got me good. They got me good.
Were
It was
you
a-
nervous at all? Or you knew exactly
No,
what
I
happened?
walked out and I went, what the? And then I looked over and they're over there laughing. It was
They're
perfect.
having a
It
good
looked
time.
super
was
Having a good
very,
time.
very nicely done.
You see, it's a good thing I asked.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
some reason, you didn't share that story on Tuesday's episode, which was weird. We could have, but
we
we
could have
didn't.
shared it on Tuesday. Yeah, yeah.
Saved
But
the
that's
good
why I do
stuff.
it. That's
we
why I
ate a
do
lot
this.
of gas station food.
That's exactly
And then
right.
we had the best Bojangles experience of my life.
I was
So
going to say, you had some really
You
good.
did.
yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Of
What
his
do you
life,
mean?
he said.
I stopped
What
at
do you-
Bojangles for dinner and I said, I just want 2 Cajun filet biscuits. And she said, it's going to be about 5 to 6 minutes. And I made it in my head, I made a determination. We're making such good time. Yes, I don't want to stop anywhere else. Let's do it. And she was like, after 8 o'clock at night, I'm a make it to order person because I want your Bojangles experience to be great. That's what she said to me. And oh my gosh, Bran,
You should have said, could you throw in some fries?
At that point, I really should have.
yeah. Because she's got to do it anyway.
I had been eating
Yeah.
literally
Girl's hot.
the fries equivalent all day, like just French fries or chips and Twizzlers. Like I needed something, not that. The Cajun filet biscuit was a level that I could never even dream to attain again. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So
That's
a lot of
beautiful.
fun was had, and we made it back safely. So
That's
there you go.
beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Let's talk Hanukkah on the Rocks, shall we?
I love that
It
for us.
originally aired on December 13th, 2024 on the Hallmark Channel. It went a little something like this. Tori is single, much to her bubby's chagrin. Tori explains that she's just too busy right now. She's trying to make partner at the law firm. Speaking of which, she rushes out of Bubby's breakfast to make it to work. She's swamped, and she ends up falling asleep at her desk again. Am I right, Brian? But all this work may be for naught because the company is going to experience some layoffs due to a merger, and it doesn't take long for those layoffs to hit her. She's getting the boot. Cut to Rocky's bar. We meet Sam, who's always there, and his grandson Jay, who's never there. Jay is on a mission. He's come up to the city to convince Sam to move closer to the family. When the regulars from the bar find this out, they're very mad. Sam's an institution. He's always here. But Sam is reluctant and says, I don't want to do this, even though I recently fell and be in everybody's best interest, including mine, to be closer to family in case something like this happens again. I'm always here. I don't want to leave the bar. Tori talks to her
Who
parents.
wants to be a millionaire?
That's right. Tori wants talks to her parents, but can't quite bear the thought of telling them that she was fired, so she doesn't do that. She goes to visit her sister, and apparently it's been a while since her nephew just does not recognize his aunt at all. That's how you know it's been maybe a little bit too long. The next day, both Tori and Jay end up at the store to pick up Hanukkah candles. There's only one pack left, and they argue a bit about who's going to get it. Ultimately, Jay walks out with them.
Jaywalking. That's right.
As walking in Winter Wonderland. Nailed it. As she...
Do we need to unplug you? Turn you back in?
I think about Christmas songs a lot. This is Christopher Walken. The Winter Wonderland.
That's the worst. It's hard to do a bad walking.
It's me, Christopher Walken.
All right, we both have to try to do a
Oh,
worse
no.
Christopher Walken than that and try.
Okay.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
That's pretty good.
I'm walking in a winter wonderland.
Okay, let me try one more time. I'm walking
Oh boy.
in a winter wonderland.
Gray area.
I'm walking here.
The next day, I'm sorry.
I'm walking here.
As she leaves, where's Chris Palaha when you need
When
him?
you need him.
As she leaves the store, Tori sees Jay walking into Rockies.
We're caught
I'm walking
now.
in a winter wonderland. Christopher walking. I'm walking in. She follows him in and walks out with a bartending job. Who hasn't? Sam is pumped because he takes a liking to her and calls her the granddaughter that he never had. Sam, once again, frickin' loves Rockies.
Yeah, he
It's a very
does.
special spot for him and his late wife, and he insists on celebrating the first night of Hanukkah inside Rockies, and it really takes off. Jay and Tori end up spending more time together and start enjoying each other's company. Rockies begins to become the go-to spot for Hanukkah, and the pair is thriving. They love each other, and they love Hanukkah. Everything is going great, except for when Tori's parents surprise her by showing up in the city. Because, you know, she has to tell them that she got fired and
supposed
is
to be
now
in
a
the
bartender.
Bahamas.
It's clear that the sparks are flying between Jay and Tori, but he's only there for 2 weeks, so who really cares? Jay starts to realize that this place is special, and the community that Sam has built, it's wonderful. Why wouldn't I stay? Well, he has good reasons. By good reasons, I mean he just can't figure it out. He's like, I don't know. My hands are tied. Turns out Sam owns the bar and the entire building. But no one knows that. So he wants to leave it all to Jay and wants Tori to help make that happen legally. Then word gets out about Tori being fired. Her parents find out. Her mom cries, and that's tough. You hate to see that. Then word gets out to everybody that Sam owns the building. When someone comes in to make him an offer that he couldn't refuse, Jay
Is that
gets...
Chris
That's Christopher
Walken during
Walken.
Marlon
That's
Brando?
exactly
That's
right.
unbelievable.
Jay gets mad that Tori...
I could have been a contender.
Jay gets mad that Tori kept this from him, so Sam pulls him aside and says, hey, man, you're being a knucklehead. Get over it. And he does. Sam tells Tori that he wants to move here. No, I'm sorry. Jay tells Tori. Sam already lives there. Jay tells Tori that he wants to move here, and we get a triple, that's right, a triple almost kiss moment. They head downstairs to celebrate another night and share a big kiss before they light the menorah. And that, my friends, was Hanukkah on the Rocks. Hanukkah on the Rocks.
We did it.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about Hanukkah on the Rocks today. Let's break it down the only way that we know how.
That's
with
right.
4 segments. We're going to start with the hot takers, where we share exactly how we felt about this
Any
movie.
chance
We
I can
do
go
not
first?
hold back.
Oh, that's
No!
interesting.
Unbelievable. It's
No!
unbelievable.
I'm going to start with Brian.
I own
Brian,
half the
Thanks,
company.
Brad.
I can't even go first.
no,
Not today.
but the last shall be first.
That's
What do
right.
you think
Amen.
about
You get it.
that? Hanukkah on the Rocks. Brian, what do you think about it?
Yeah, this was just okay for me. I know that the script had a lot of authenticity, which was really great. Rena, our double-decker friend here, wrote a great post in our Facebook group, kind of pointing out all the things that she could relate to,
Yeah.
and that really struck a chord with her and her experience. I don't have the Jewish experience.
That's right.
In my background, Rena, great information. So it really spoke to how great the script was and how well thought out it was, and the details that are included. Really great. So I really appreciated that. I think the big thing was like the chemistry with the leads.
Yeah.
It just didn't come across to me. Mark Summers was a lot of fun on screen. Stacey Farber, great on screen. Everybody at the bar really seemed to be having a pretty good time. I don't know, their chemistry just wasn't like, the energy sort of dropped for me there. And also the stakes for him were like non-existent.
No.
Like, he could be anywhere doing his job.
Yeah.
He could come back to Chicago, Winnipeg, whatever we're calling.
Yeah.
just west of Chicago,
Yes,
Winnipeg.
yeah, that's a little
It's-
Win the
suburb.
Chicago.
Suburb. It's a suburb. We've all done
That's
it now.
what
Suburb
it
of
is.
Chicago
Restart
or
your
Winnipeg.
So
Yeah.
he could do that job anywhere. So I was
Walking
not
in
really
a
concerned about
Wonderland. Sorry.
walking here. wasn't concerned about him at all, and so I wasn't. Maybe the gold chain played a factor. I
It
feel
always
like
does.
it
Gold chain,
usually
single
does.
gold chain all movie, yeah.
So
Can't trust
just,
them.
No.
and also getting laid off. Just in my experience, I'm like, that's not something to be ashamed of and hide. So I was like, why is it such a big deal to keep such a secret? But like you said, you don't want to make your parents cry. So maybe that's a good reason to keep the secret.
It isn't.
Pretty
I'm-
emotional. Okay,
yeah.
not
I
a good
can't
reason.
imagine living like as soon as it happened, as soon as the first time I have a conversation with anyone in my life, I'm going to tell them immediately. I'm just
Yeah.
going to be like, yeah, I got laid off.
Right.
Like
not your fault.
Yeah.
Like,
But
it's
what
not your
you said,
fault.
Different.
It's not your fault.
Thank you. Different culture, different experience.
Different parents.
Different
you have very
parents.
supportive
Parents.
parents.
Correct.
That's,
So-
that's true. That's a big part. So yeah, just ended up okay for me.
Yeah, so this movie is a tough one because I really liked a lot about it. I loved the bar. I loved Rocky's,
Love
the
this
way,
bar.
Rocky's.
the outdoor shot of it, kind of going down. I thought it was wonderful. And then inside the bar was great. Some great looking drinks. Mark Summers, Double Dare, big part of my childhood. I absolutely loved him in this movie.
Cool.
But we have talked about how a lot of these movies is dependent on whether or not I'm rooting for the couple, and I just didn't really care about this couple. I cared a lot about Sam. I cared about the bar. I cared about what was going on there. I cared about. I enjoyed watching the Hanukkah celebrations grow in popularity. People were beginning to come to the bar because of it. I thought that was really cool. But I just didn't care about this couple. I wasn't rooting for them, and didn't really care if Jay stayed or wins. So. That makes it a little bit tougher. But overall, I did enjoy this movie, and there's a lot to like about it. Dano?
Yeah, this movie's tough, man. I will say this: since 8 Gifts of Hanukkah, which I think is a quality movie. I think since then, Hallmark has really tried to up the ante with the quality of the Hanukkah presentation that they give us. Because then we had Hanukkah on Rye, and then we had Round and Round. This is a decided step back from those movies. I think Julie Sherman-Wolf does her darndest here, and clearly successfully, according to some folks that we've heard, to make this work. The problem is that there's just not a lot of care put into the filmmaking of this. First of all, they're in Winnipeg. The supporting actors clearly don't have a lot invested in this plot of this premise. I love Stacey Farber. I thought she did a great job. Everyone else left something to be desired. And then we have a massive obstacle course in the manner of Mark Summers, someone who I watched Double Dare in the 80s, in the 90s. I love Mark Summers. This is his first acting gig. Listen, he's not Kelly Pickler bad, but they don't ask Kelly Pickler to carry the emotional weight of a movie. That would be hysterical. They're asking Mark Summers, because of the lack of chemistry between our leads, to do a lot of the heavy lifting, and it's just unfair. It is not his forte. It's not his strength. And it really is an albatross around this movie. And I hate that because I love Mark Summers and I love Julie Sherman-Wolf, but the movie doesn't, like Hanukkah on Rye, every scene felt incredibly well shot, well done. Supporting cast across the board is clicking. This did not feel like that. This feels like a chore of a movie, and I really did not have a great time with it. And the stunt casting for me didn't work, and that was unfortunate.
It's time for all the feels. Brian?
Yeah, when Lottie brought out that tasting menu, are you kidding me right now?
now?
That food, I was watching
Everything
this.
Bagel Seasoned Ranch? Get out of here.
Fried dill pickle spear. Like, I would never order a fried dill pickle spear, but I would with everything bagel ranch. Are you kidding? Manny Shevitz braised short rib with horse. I mean,
Let's
all
go.
this stuff.
Kidding me right now?
Halibut
Horseradish, let's
pudding.
go.
Kidding me right now? Latke creme fraiche, honey glazed apple reduction. Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I had to pause
At
that
a
movie.
bar?
Yeah, are you kidding
That's
me?
next level.
Do
It's
that-
almost a wait what?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Do that all year.
Sheesh.
That sounded great, and now I'm on the hunt for a sampling menu like that.
I disagree with Dan on Mark Summers, and I think I've made that clear, but he was my feels. I adored him.
Sorry.
I felt so warm when he was on screen, And I didn't find it to be a stunt at all. I found it to be a
Maybe it was-
fantastic performance.
Maybe it's my problem. It's my physical challenge.
It is a physical challenge. But I also, speaking of physical challenges, I would like to participate in. There is a dessert cocktail made.
Oh,
yeah.
And I would like to see how quickly I could finish that. I think I could do it before the bell goes off. But if not, what can you do?
Still win.
The drink that Mark Summer makes there is wonderful, and I would like to participate in that. Dano?
Yeah, I think that the drinks in this movie are both my feels and my wait what. The drinks, like the fact that they're on the fly coming up with a different Hanukkah-based drink every night with a fun, catchy pun name, and they literally are just flying by the seat of their pants is a bit of a wait what. But most of the drinks they made, I was like, yeah, down to try this drink. Like, you know, the jelly-filled donut hole on the top of the drink. I mean, come on.
That was an old fashioned with the jelly.
Yeah,
Are you
I mean,
kidding me right
yeah.
now?
So like that was fun and that was entertaining and I enjoyed. And we'll get into the wait what's because I have some issues with the bar. I enjoyed the idea of what they were trying to do here. They didn't really do it though. So there's that.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the way what and the what. The Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
It's me, Christopher Walken, welcoming you back to Deck the Hallmark.
You're gonna make an offer we can't refuse.
I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna kick off the wait what's. It's where we talk about what made us go wait what.
You're slowly turning into Cody Frizz, and it's fantastic.
I don't know how he's doing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Time
Yeah.
of year.
Yeah.
It's a lonely time of year.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Cody Frizz. I heard my name. I came
Cody,
running.
it is unbelievable. That camera's going to change at any second. It's
second.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
How it's like Bran
said
when
his name.
doing his walk-in sounds like you. It's
I
unbelievable.
heard that. That's crazy, man.
Man, Cody, what are you up to these days? You having a happy holidays?
No.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
stuff
no.
in there's stuff in the clink. I gotta be honest
Stuff
with
in
you.
the clink. Do you have any like or
You know the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes?
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
of course.
The
yeah.
ones that we get 5 years old at least.
Yeah,
Hard as a rock. I still power through. I love those things.
Yeah, of course you
Do the
do.
math.
Do you have any ultimate frisbee tournaments coming up that you're organizing?
Probably
That's because what you do from prison,
right?
and that is there any of those that you can do? And at this point, how long do you have left on your sentence? Can we get that out of the way first?
I can't talk about that. It keeps getting pushed back.
Okay, all right. That's all I need.
They're saying I'm quote
docket's full.
unquote doing too much.
Okay, so what do you have any good ones?
Yeah, we got a big one coming out on Christmas Day actually.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah,
What is it? Where
it's
is it?
the
and what is it?
Christmas Day Ultimate Frisbee off. Candy canes in, snow cones out.
Okay, and where is that located?
That's happening in North Pole.
North Pole. Okay.
Obviously.
Candy canes in. What was that?
Snowballs.
Snowballs.
I think it was.
Snow globes.
Snow cones out is
Snow
what I
cones
said.
out.
So I'm going to
Of
stick with
course.
that. Yeah.
Snow cones at Christmas time.
Yeah, I think I meant something else, but what can you do?
I don't know
It's
if
already
we
on the
can go any
poster.
further. Is there any other ones that we
New
need to be
Year's
aware of?
Eve. I'm doing one New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
It's called
obviously.
Balls Deep.
That's a good New Year's Eve one, man.
Yeah, well,
it's
we get is
tradition
we
at this
get we
point,
bought
right?
it. We bought it. I bought. You know how on eBay you can buy things in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought in bulk all the old New Year's Eve balls that they drop
Yeah,
in
all the
Times
balls,
Square.
yeah.
And
They
they're
don't
gonna be
reuse that, huh?
surrounding the field.
That's a great-
And you throw frisbee. If you break one, you buy it.
That's a great ultimate frisbee bit.
That's exactly right.
Do you think you should reconsider the name?
I'm not understanding why.
Okay, so the name of this ultimate frisbee tournament is Balls Deep
Right.
2024.
Yeah, because of the balls that drop
Yeah,
Times Square,
you got it. Good.
and they're surrounding.
All right,
You're up
I was going to
against
ask
it
for a
there.
third, but Cody, I feel like I've heard enough. Cody,
God bless.
thank you so much. God bless you.
Merry
God bless
Christmas.
you. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, sir.
It won't be.
Absolutely.
I'm scared.
All right. Okay.
It's time for the wait what,
Man, it's great to hear from him.
Brian?
Yeah, speaking of the drinks at the bar, they do a lot of sample drinks, trying out recipes. What they don't do is use a straw for the tasting,
Yeah.
which you do with
Yeah.
everything you're tasting in a group. You use a
Do you
tasting
think
straw.
every bar is with? Like, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But do you think every bar is with you?
I know every bar's not with me on
You've
this.
seen John Taffer.
Yeah, I've
bar
seen
race.
how it goes out there. Gets pretty filthy.
Yeah, and you drink in those bars sometimes. I bet.
Yeah. It would be nice to just put
Yeah.
on the show, I guess.
show,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
try it one time.
Get the
So,
straw little tip there. Boom.
Yeah,
Just
you got to do the thing where it's like, it's good, take it.
Good.
It's
Good.
You know
That's
one
right.
of those?
Yeah.
Take
Classic.
it.
they didn't even
Hands.
try it. Hands.
Yeah.
in the merger announcement email that she got at the very beginning, the subject line said something a little like "merger happening, expect layoffs," like which you
It's the
never
opposite.
say. If you're looking for a riot and get everybody going crazy, you write expect layoffs.
Everyone knows you do we're having an all hands meeting later.
That's right.
3
With no
p.m.
other
Some of us
no
have been there.
info.
And we listen.
Some of us will be
If you think
Usually there's
employees,
two
all
meetings.
hands, some of us will be there.
employees
Balls deep, all hands.
of employees of companies get anxious when they think there's some scuttlebutt about the possibility of layoffs.
Yeah.
If you throw layoffs in the email, you may as well just pour kerosene on the office and light the match.
Nothing's happening.
And
It's
everyone
crazy.
knows what you do is you say, hey, this merger's happening. We're not expecting or
Right.
anticipating
right.
any layoffs.
We actually see a lot of synergies here.
Yeah, it's
And
going to be really
so-
good. And then next week, you're like, there's out of our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We looked at it.
All hands.
Blame it on the
Having it all
CFO.
hands.
That's right. Yeah.
Some of us will be there.
So that was great. So someone working, she said, "I'll work one more night," and then she showed up with more decorations than she could carry.
Yeah, she's in. She's
So
invested.
she's not leaving.
Yeah.
They see all those decorations coming. She's not
They're
going
good.
anywhere. And then just the speed dating of it all. There's nothing speedy about it. They say we're going to ask you these questions, and then the older folks are going to review the younger folks' things. We're going to do the vice versa. Everybody's manually reviewing all the answers and choosing partners. This is going to take.
It is the
forever.
slowest fast dating I've ever seen.
It's going to take forever.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so they're going
It's
to be there all
speed
night.
dating. I don't say which speed.
That's
They don't-
true.
they
They
don't.
don't.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah, it
so
could
I
be
was just
first
assuming it was
gear,
going to
yeah.
be a quick one, but
Yeah.
That's
a lot
it
of
for me.
assumptions on your part. You know what
I
happens.
know what. I feel bad now.
Yeah, you should. Is that it?
Yep.
That's it.
The guy who comes in to make to check in on the offer, like he made Sam an offer that he couldn't refuse. He wants to buy the bar and the building. He does check in on that offer and then immediately gets sidetracked by beanbag toss. I've never listen. I love a beanbag toss. I love
We
a
all love it,
cornhole.
yeah.
We love it.
The other ones, yeah.
the etc. I've never seen an adult person get that
Snow cones.
jazzed about
Yes.
the beanbag. He walks in, he's like, "Have you given us that
Whoa.
beanbag?" He's like the dog in Up who sees squirrel.
Squirrel.
It
Doug,
is.
yeah.
It is quick. It is fast. It is furious. Guy loves
And
beanbag.
Also, he's a self-proclaimed workaholic,
Yeah.
which means nothing ropes a workaholic away faster than a little bar beanbag toss.
That's
This
exactly
guy
right.
didn't
That's what
know
they're known for.
He's been in the office nonstop for 3 straight days, had to deliver one final sales. Oh my God, beanbags? Like, big deal.
Where have
Big
you been my
deal.
whole life?
Love that guy.
Beanbag.
Yeah.
Also, I feel for the extras in this movie who show up to bar and they're going to do the Hanukkah celebration. They're going to light the menorah. They're going to say the prayer. And the extras are faced with a decision. The extras who have never celebrated Hanukkah before and never learned the prayer.
Yeah.
What do I do? Do I sit here and not do anything? Or do I act like I'm mouthing the prayer that I don't know? And
They
shout
went-
out
yeah.
to the extras that went the extra mile and said, "Do I know this prayer? No, I don't. But I am an extra, and I am going to act like I do." And they give it their best go by mouthing not the prayer, but something,
Just some words.
So shout out to those
Yeah,
extras
it's
who
tough.
really went for it.
Yikes.
Because that's a tough situation, tough spot to be in there.
Spot to be in.
Tough spot
On the TV there, in front
on the
of
TV
everybody.
in front of everybody, your friends and your family. You're gonna sit down and be like, "You had to try, didn't you? Yeah, you had to try." Dana,
Yeah, I do want to point out at the end of the day, this movie boils down to a story of a Chicago-based doctor desperate to get back to Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm not trying to make anybody mad, but they picked Jacksonville. I didn't pick Jacksonville.
You wouldn't.
That's right. They picked Jacksonville, and I need to point that out right now. There's a B love story in this movie. Bortles. There's a B love story here. Yeah, Jacksonville is so notorious for being hell that they made a show about it called The Good Place.
Bortles.
There's a B story. I believe it's Anthony and Lottie, and he tries to get her attention by sending food that she made back. And may I suggest, and I'm not exactly, I'm not exactly like, I don't know I've been married 18 years. Maybe the game has changed, but may I suggest to you the best way to get someone's attention, to show your interest, is to not have food that they prepared with their hands sent back to them. Maybe it's just me. Seems like a bad idea.
Also, not the food to do it with.
The chicken wings are going to get cold.
You got to eat those quick.
You got to eat those wings quick, hot and crispy. That's exactly right. You mentioned speed dating was really slow. It also wasn't lighthearted at all. These were some heavy hitters. What's the thing you regret most, or the most embarrassing? Like, this is not existential crisis dating. It's speed dating. I don't know how comfortable I am there. Just being like, well, let me tell you about the most embarrassing thing. I just met you. We also get to a live looking at the most sparsely attended kids art fair of all time. Guys, when you have kids, they have art fairs, and these art fairs have your kids' handmade items. Now, they make you handmade items at home all the time. They're a treasure.
There's enough of them. So
many treasures, and they're there, and they're on the fridge, and they're everywhere, and we love them. But they make special treasures at school that you go and you view. You tell your kid how proud you are of them, because you are, and then you buy that treasure at full price. That is what happens at these events. And every parent does it. Like, it is a madhouse at these events. No one at this art fair who made anything has parents that love them. It is empty. It is empty. Stacey Farber is there buying something. She didn't even have a kid. It is an empty kids art fair with a bunch of parents that can't be bothered to pay overpriced, to spend too much money for the kids' treasures.
Maybe they're waiting for them to go on sale.
You wait.
They're going to go on sale, and then we'll show up.
Wait for a promo code.
I love it. I do also have to mention the quickest heart-to-heart of all time. Mark Summers goes out to the bench that Stacey Farber is sitting on. You go time this thing. I don't think it's 20 seconds. He sits down and does the old person sit and he's like, you just got to follow your heart. Well, we'll see you in there. It is a very quick turnaround. He said what he needed to say, and he's out of there. He's got to go run lines.
It's cold out there.
It's cold out there. That's all I got, Brain.
It's time for what the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe helping us to clear any questions that we still have. What are we still wondering about? That's what we're going to talk about now, Brian.
Yeah, Sam's spending an awful lot of time on that bar stool. Wonder what he's sipping on there. Is he just all day long?
I definitely know he's sucking on chili dog.
Obviously sucking on chili dog. But is he just? Is that an alcohol?
We're worried
drink?
about him, right?
We're worried about him.
We're worried about him.
Yeah, Sam, you can do what you want to do. You own the building.
100%.
But also,
he spent every holiday there with his wife.
In the bar
right there, every night.
It's a lot. It's a lot of time in the bar.
It's also a lot of money.
So much money.
Even if you're the owner, you're still paying for that stuff.
Yeah, the cost.
Yes. But before he was the owner,
he
15 years ago, he went there every year with his wife.
Do you think his
or
tab,
every day with his wife?
His tab got so high he could just trade straight up for it?
Straight up. That's right. I don't think that's how that works. I'm pretty sure you've doubled
I think
your
he
losses
owes the
there.
double. He owes
That's
double
Brand's
at that
understanding of double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
You double
Put it on my tab.
I've got this tab of $100,000. Would you take it in exchange for the building?
Yeah. Well,
it's a good deal.
Curiously enough, what the Hallmark is the purchase of the building.
Fair.
I understand that the bar is attached to the building. His attachment.
It's one property.
I just want to know how all that worked, because it seems like he not only bought the building, but he now owns Rockies too.
Right,
So there's a lot going on there. How did all that work? Did he buy? Do you think he bought the business first and then he went ahead and bought the building, or because it's not like Rockies was an establishment to begin with. Rockies was paying rent to the building owner. Right?
In my head, it was 2009, and there were foreclosures everywhere, and he didn't want this bar to go under. And he swooped in, got it for a fair price.
Would watch that movie.
Yes.
I'd watch that one.
Maybe a younger Mark Summers played by Mark Summers. No. I double dare you to choose someone different. Mine is about Rockies itself. If this bar during the Hanukkah week is so chill. Like, I don't know if you've ever been into a bar in New York City.
Shh, quiet down.
Hard to hear yourself think in most of those. You're there for a good time, not a quiet time. This bar is there for a quiet time where one person speaks at a time, and that's it. Yeah. There's no loud noises. Is that just for the Hanukkah week, or is that how it runs year round? Because if it's how it runs year round, I may have found my new bar. Maybe moving to New York City. I mean...
if there's one thing I've learned,
I'm sorry, New Chicago. I'm sorry. Yeah.
If there's one thing I've learned about Hanukkah from Hallmark movies, is that if you're not Jewish, you know literally nothing about Hanukkah.
That's right.
So no one in this bar is going like, "What's going on over there?"
Nobody's doing it.
what language is like? What are you doing?
There's no
None of
music,
that.
there's no dishes
Everyone's just like
breaking.
very respectful.
Yeah, everybody's having a great time.
and kind, and they're like,
Help move the furniture.
"Can you teach me the prayer? I'd love to go in on this with you." No, they're just so respectful, and I love that.
Yeah.
I want to live
we
in this
all do.
world, 100%.
With
I want
Mark
to live
Summers.
in the world of Rockies and Mark Summers. That's
Yes, of
exactly
course.
right. I would love to do that. We did, everybody.
Whoa.
Congratulations to us. Only a few more movies left. And then we're down to
unbelievable.
3. We're down to 3
love that.
Hallmark movies after this point. It's crazy. So come hang out with us. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, maybe the first to wish you Merry Christmas.
and Happy
Deck the
Hanukkah.
Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.